smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That's...
They were my best friends growing up.
From Black Can.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smell like...
Welcome to Tabletop Topics. I'm your host, Captain Cockadoo.
And of course, Glizzy J. Guys, if you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clip channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the link, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course, leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. Oh, I gotta do something. We gotta introduce our third host,
Winnie Hot Jr.
Beefy Frank Bruce. Beefy Brank Bruce. My name is Glizzy J. Nice to meet you guys.
Captain Cockadoo. Smoke! Yes, sir. Otis!
Let's fucking go.
All the heads in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
Caribbean Time IC.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We had to get it right.
Get it right.
I was having some what do you call it? Difficulties?
Technical difficulties.
With the outfit.
Yeah, you know.
I had to.
Holden said I'm dead as fuck. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know y'all fucking with the chesticles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you guys fucking with the glizzy.
Do a little wiggle for him. Oh man.
Oh man.
We love it. Bruce is loving his costume.
Bruce is loving it too. Yeah, he's in his glizzy costume. So he's enjoying his
He's
bone.
not sleeping.
No.
No sleep. No sleep for the wicked.
Bro. Right?
No sleep for the wicked.
So what happened today, man? What's going on? How was your day, sir?
How was my day? It's the first day of the days off, sir. What did I do? That was a normalized day.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, bro.
Nothing too crazy?
Every day on Addy is a normal ass day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you know, got my jobs done.
The best.
You know, helped mom sign up for her little business thing. Went to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, bro.
It was pretty nice.
Okay.
Pretty relaxed full day.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's what's up. That's good, man.
Kept busy.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's what's up. I'm glad your day went super well. Am I missing something?
No, sir. You're too focused on what I'm focused on.
That's what I'm trying.
always focused on what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many times. Guys, I need you guys at some point in the future to compile how many times Jeff has tried to get my attention when I'm already paying attention to him.
Because in my mind,
he just can't stand the
I
fact
can't
that
accept that he ain't
I'm
paying
not
attention.
looking at him.
Yes. When he looks at the screen, it's weird because it's
Deal with it. How? What do you want me
like-
to do?
it's like I'm right.
managing
It's like-
what's going on here.
It's like I'm right next to him, but
I'm
he's
managing interactions. You're like,
he's talking to the screen. Like,
what the fuck?
It's like, Jeff, you're in the computer.
You're like my ex. I'm literally doing my fucking job. Oh yeah, but you're not paying attention.
It's not good enough.
You're not looking at me.
You're
when
not.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
you
to
need to visually look into
Fuck
my
outta
eyes.
here, man. What the hell? Get out of here, man.
Oh man, I'm just saying.
Don't get sassy with me, sir.
Wow.
Smoke says 1,387 so far. What, lashes?
That's a crazy number.
Of what?
He left that open ended.
Of what? That's a crazy number of what? You said it like you understood it. What?
Yeah, like
Of what?
1,000.
Of what, bald head?
Of what?
Of what?
Glizzies. That's a lot.
crazy.
That's a lot of
That's
glizzies, bro.
crazy. I didn't make that claim. I made that claim.
Man,
Yeah,
not him outing himself.
What do you mean? That's all you, sir. That's all you. You stand alone. What the fuck?
Oh
You
man.
stand alone.
Right.
Don't dance with fools. I think that's a lashings. You know.
That's a lot of lashings, bro.
I think that's lashings. It means anything else you want to ask me, sir?
No, man. I just want to know how your day was. You know, you look like you got a lot done.
I actually did nothing
Prepared.
besides what I said I did. That's literally all I fucking did. What the hell?
Oh man, getting ready for you ready for Thursday, bro?
What's happening Thursday?
Our Halloween episode.
Isn't today a Halloween episode? Wasn't last week a Halloween episode?
The Halloween episode.
Oh, it's
The
Halloween. Smoke says, yo, miss me with that shit. Said weave.
Who's
He
Weave?
said weave.
Weave. Who's Weave?
You're an idiot, Jeff. I meant weave, like miss me. Weave. I was talking about the amount of time bald head is trying to get your attention.
Damn, he been counting. That's
He been
crazy.
But here's the thing, Smoke. He always had it. He always had it right there.
It wasn't.
We
enough.
wouldn't be on
It wasn't
episode
enough.
what 500 if I wasn't paying attention. To
It
what
wasn't
you
enough
said.
for this relationship. It wasn't
Something
enough.
about that's triggering me.
I want more.
Something about that is triggering me. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh man, I want more.
Get outta here.
Oh man.
Get out of here.
Oh man, I sent CC the link. Where you at? But no man, yeah, no, that's the only question I have for you. So what you got for us? What you got in store for us?
What's good, Bryka? How you doing, brother? Welcome.
Bryka?
Welcome.
Could be more excited. What's good? Bryka about.
You want more? Wait, what do you mean by that? Say, welcome. Glad to have you here. Wait, that's a turkey.
She said I'm so impatient. I'm here.
Red flag is in the chat.
Are you waiting for like the?
I'm waiting for you, sir.
What do you mean? You start us off?
I'm waiting. No.
What do you usually ask me?
What do I usually ask you?
Yeah.
How was your day?
No.
The fuck did you do today?
What do you got for us today, Jeff?
Oh!
Chad, I mean, start off with, I'm Sean Falcon.
I thought you was for the segue us.
I'm Sean Falcon.
Where the fuck? Why gotta be the dancing
with
monkey
my
the symbols,
with my
huh?
drug, you're a chicken.
Nah, motherfucker.
You're a cock-a-doodle-doo right
CC
now.
says, I'm in the chat, hoes what it is. What's up? Throw your
man.
setup, CC. Throw your setup. She from DC.
Stop talking to me and talk to
Been
the
feeling
pod.
real down.
Really?
Bryke.
What's going on, Bright?
Mr. Bryka.
Maybe we can put a smile on your face.
Mr. Bryka. No matter how far we go down, we
There's
can
only
go
one way to go up.
up.
Yep.
We ain't dead. We ain't in hell.
Yep. That's what they said in the movie Sings. And I've held that
We
to
ain't dead,
ever
we
since.
ain't in hell. There's always a way. Where there's a will,
There's a way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hang on, man. Hang on to whatever's going on.
Oh yeah. So, what do we have today?
Look what he put.
Cece says, I just got my Virginia license today and I look so different.
No, you missed it before that.
Bryka, my girlfriend broke up with me yesterday. That's why.
Yeah.
Sounds like freedom to me. That sounds like we take our next step. This sounds like the rest of our life begins.
You'll be with the boys now, bro.
This sounds like Bryka's about to achieve his final form.
No, he's about to get to the next level.
He's about to achieve his final form.
I mean, look at me. I'm at my final form right now.
No, you're not.
Glizzy
That's
J.
not your final form. You wanted to be a glizzy? Is that what you wished upon a star for every day,
wish.
sir?
I told God. I said, God.
Cece, we got to keep them on their toes, you know what I'm saying? It's for future generations. Monkey sounds in a chicken suit is wild. Bryka's definitely free because our boy deserves better. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Bryka.
We got you today, bro. We got
Yes,
you today.
sir.
I'm glad you showed up. Hopefully you
Yes,
like.
sir.
Hopefully you like today's episode. You know, we'll keep you in Halloween. Maybe we can put a smile on your faces. I mean, my brother is a cock and I am a glizzy. So is our dog. So hopefully that can put a smile on your face and we can move forward. It's gonna be a minute, bro. Trust me, it's gonna be a minute. If you were here when I told my story, it's gonna be a minute. But you will get through it. It will get better. And I promise you, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. I promise you. You're going to do so much more. So much more. So, hopefully you'll like this episode.
All right, you're young as fuck, dude. You got the rest of your life.
How old is he?
Bryka, ain't you like 26 or something?
Yeah, bro.
Young as fuck.
Yeah,
you
he's
got
good.
the rest of your life.
Like I said, all you got to do now,
the rest of your
now,
life,
now
bro.
it's today is the opportunity. Well, not today, but today and the rest of your life is the opportunity to focus on what you want to focus on.
Right.
Get where you need to get.
Yeah.
And remember, a relationship does not make you who you
Right, a
are.
relationship it does not define
Who you are
and
If
who you will be.
Who you will be. Yeah. If
Right.
you bank on a relationship to figure out who you are, then you don't need to be in a relationship. You got to figure out who you are first, and then the relationship comes. So that's what I had to learn. That's what my
That's
brother
why I
had to
always tell
learn.
people, after a
Yeah.
breakup, be with yourself for a while.
Yeah. So my brother gave me this advice about 6 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Time flies, but I still look the same. Delicious. But yeah, he told me to be with myself for at least a year. I did that when I built this house. I lived here by myself with a year. Yeah, Bruce was with me, but he doesn't speak English. And I kind of learned a lot about who I am through living with myself. And then after that, I move forward. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes the pain hurts a little bit, but I guarantee you it will get better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Elvira!
Glizzy J,
We love it. We
Beefy
love
Bruce,
it.
and what's your name again?
Oh, Captain Cockledoo.
Captain Cockledoo.
Bryka. Loss in any form is painful and bitter.
Yeah,
The taste will linger and remind you of things
For
that
sure.
are no longer here.
for sure.
But with loss, there is a chance that in the darkness, something else begins.
Yeah, but
So-
it's not even a chance. It's a win. When will it happen? You get what I'm saying? You learn a lot I can say I would have never gotten this house if it wasn't for my ex, if you think about it, because she's the one that put that idea in my head to even think about buying a house or not even buying, but building a house. So that's one of the goods I take from it. And of course, I've grown to learn more about who I am as a human being by myself,
and what you're willing to accept,
and what you're willing to accept, what you're willing not to, your boundaries, your likes, your wants, what
self-respect, respect for others.
For sure,
you know what I'm saying,
for sure.
You take that pain and you learn from it. You practice from it. You know what I'm saying, and remember not to do that to others, but you also remember how it feels. And once you sense that someone is trying to make you feel that way, you can establish your boundaries.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You can bring peace to yourself.
For sure. I agree. I agree.
Once you find peace within yourself, nothing hurts.
That's it. Once you learn. Two things my brother said that I thought were corny, but what he said was true. He's like, you need to find peace within yourself, and you need to love yourself first. Once you find those two things, nothing can hurt you. I promise you. I promise you. But read the final comment, and then we'll jump right into it.
Bryka says, all I know is that I have myself, I have you guys, and I am financially recovering. I'm trying my best in my seasonal job, trying to catch up on bills and rent. I am alive. I am trying, and that's okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all that matters, man.
Losing things in life hurts.
We got you.
A place that is open leaves room for something that belongs there to take its place. Something that is worth being there. Amen.
Amen. Amen to that, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love that, bro. We got you.
Yes, sir.
We got you.
That's
We
what I
got
love
you,
to
man.
hear,
We got you. Like I said,
That's what
hopefully,
I fucking love to
hopefully
hear.
this episode will put a smile on your face. You know us, we're ridiculous.
That's what I love to hear.
Yeah.
Man. Stamp this moment. You're gonna be thinking about it 5 years in the future.
Remember it.
Like, damn. Look how far we came.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love time, right?
Yep. I don't think about it.
That's why I love time. So,
Yeah.
what are we getting into today's herd?
We get into some Lizzie said. I'm just joking. No, I'm joking.
Motherfucker, I walk the fuck out. Don't play with me.
Bruce is ready.
Don't play with me.
He's not in the camera. He's like looking at you. No, you and I had a discussion the other day. It was an idea that I got from one of the one YouTuber that I do listen to, and then I realized, and my brother made me realize, I thought I didn't, but apparently I do. For some reason, I am obsessed with vampires.
Yeah, I can confirm. Yeah, for sure.
I did not realize that until
That's literally all you.
Yeah, I did not realize that until my brother pointed that out. So, I think the reason why is Blade was the first movie I ever saw when I was a kid. So that was my first introduction to vampires, period. You get what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. Because when I was young,
When did Blade drop?
Blade dropped 1996, but I went to see Blade Trinity in theaters, not knowing there was 2 movies before it. That's when Ruby used to take us to the movie theaters when we were young.
Right. I feel that.
So, zombies or vampires? Vampires.
Yeah, they're mortal.
Yeah. So.
They're mortal.
Yeah. So, I realized that I was into vampires, and of course, like I said, my introduction to Blade Trinity, back in like the 2002 when I was like 11, 12, was the first film that I saw, but I didn't realize that there was 2 movies before it. So when I saw Blade, I'm like, oh man, not only is he a Negro, but he's a vampire, and he knows how to fight and super strong. So that's when I used to get like sticks and bring them outside, and I just start whipping them around like swords and all that weird stuff. And the neighbors be looking at me like, this nigga's crazy. But they
like actually doing like blade shit.
Hell yeah, like
with the blades with his. Did he have 2 swords, right?
He only had one.
He only had 1 sword.
Only had one. He only needed one because he had the silver stakes. And then he had that little spinning blade thing that he
You're right. Deadpool's the one who had 2 swords.
Yeah, Deadpool's the one that had 2 swords. But of course, Ryan Reynolds was in the film. But yeah,
he was a vampire.
No, yes, he was.
Ryan
and then they turned him back.
Yeah.
And they figured out how to turn him back human. So So Blade was kind of the film that kind of introduced me, you know, to the whole vampire lore. So I had to,
Bro, everyone knows like a iconic Blade.
I had to buy the movie, but
don't ever be a vampire and go raving, bro.
Nah, bro.
I'll never be a vampire and go raving.
Yeah,
dog.
man.
It's over.
Yeah.
Bryka, let me answer your question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said Bryka says zombies or vampires. Who would you guys want to go up against? I'd probably say zombies.
The zombies, yeah, they're easy to kill.
They're way easier.
Yeah, they're easy to kill. Vampires are more
because you don't know what level of vampire.
Yeah, and that's kind of what today's episode is going to be about. We're not only going to just talk about vampires and their evolution from the beginning to now, but or back in the day and now, but we're also going to talk about werewolves too, how and their evolution of how they were back in the day and now, and how they've changed completely, because we've all been introduced to different types. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it be, what are we talking about? What are you smiling?
No, Odin says Blade was that motherfucker.
Hell
Who
yeah!
was that? He was giving straight hands, bro.
No, and he had those cheesy lines. Some motherfucker always trying to skate up ice hill. I'm like, he throw it.
Always trying to skate up ice.
I'm like, bro, this man coming out with cheesy lines and shit, bro. Amazing, bro. Amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you can't beat that, bro. But that's kind of what I'm saying. So today's episode is because my brother is going to basically talk about his side of it, which is werewolves and how they evolved, and then of course I'm going to talk about vampires. And I realized I am obsessed with vampires without even knowing it, because I was running through my array of films through the background, and I found a couple, not even a couple. I found a lot. A couple. So this one came out last year, Abigail. So each film.
Oh, that's a vampire movie?
Yeah. It's a vampire movie. Yeah, she's an immortal vampire. Her dad's Dracula. They kind of in this film they kind of basically trick they only drink degenerates' blood. Basically, anybody who steals, kills, robs, all that stuff. I didn't do that, I promise.
I feel like you did.
Did I say something I wasn't supposed to?
I feel like you did.
Okay. Yeah, so basically they lure them into their mansion, which they don't know, and they basically say, kidnap this young girl and then bring her to this house, which the house belongs to the young girl. And she kind of plays with their food. She kind of plays with her food. So she's a ballerina, does all that stuff like that. And
like she'll hunt them?
She hunts them around the house.
Okay.
And if they capture her, they're like, oh, whoever lets me go free, I'll let you live and then pay you, blah, blah, blah. But only 2 people can live. And then she'll joke around and say, my time is up and all that stuff like that. But that film kind of came out earlier in the year. And it's kind of a different aspect of it, because it focuses more on the child portion of being a vampire than the adult. And this one, she can actually grow, because some.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be
Yes.
like, I thought vampires, like the age you were turned, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, well, because a lot of iterations of vampires, they're like the reason why, like what's the name of that the film that I watched with Brad Pitt? What is it? A story of a vampire, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying the reason why you don't bite kids, vampires as kids, is because they'll stay at that age, and of course they're going to be jealous because their mind is becoming
They're
an adult.
aging, but they can't grow.
Their body, yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah. Go ahead and read some of the comments.
Smoke says, bro said zombies. Let me give you a World War Z zombies, but they're mindless though. World War Z zombies are mindless.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't want World War Z zombies though.
Really?
Yeah, because remember we had the zombie debate last year with when we were doing the zombie, and we were talking about the evolution of zombies, and I wouldn't want World War Z zombies. I would prefer the Walking Dead zombies over World War Z zombies. They run on 4 legs.
But so did.
They drop themselves from building. We're not.
So Dawn of the Dead. So did.
Yeah, no, but they're.
So did I Am Legend.
Yeah,
so
but
did
The I Am Legend.
See, I thought you would have said them.
Hold on.
motherfuckers.
See, I Am Legend. Look, hold on. I think I Am Legend was a combo of zombies and vampires. The only reason why is
right, because the light.
the light burned them, and when they bit you, if you weren't immune, they infected you. Because remember, the animals were immune to the airborne.
I'd be immune to everything. I just hit them with the finger cross. I'm immune. Yep, it's canceled.
Oh,
It's canceled, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like I said,
No take back.
like I said, they were immune. They were immune to the animals were immune to airborne, which is why he had the dog. But if they got bit, they would
turn.
transform. Yeah, they would turn. But for Will Smith's character, he was immune to the not just the bite, but the airborne virus. So it was like a combo of zombies, and because they moved like zombies and attacked like zombies.
Juggernauts.
But they were they were like juggernauts, and they, of course, when they bit you, you got infected. So they kind of give you the best of both worlds.
Spooky. Elvira says, which Michelson brother would you rather have on your side?
Michelson.
Hold on, let me
Yeah. Let's Google that real quick.
Google it.
Google it. Interview with a Vampire. There you go. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
The Vampire Diaries. In the TV show The Vampire Diaries.
yeah.
Oh.
Which one?
The Michelson brothers. So is it a spinoff of The Vampire Diaries?
Yes. So it's called The Originals.
Oh, the original.
So
okay.
I would have the one that was a half breed. So he was both the original vampire and the original werewolf. So he was a hybrid. He was a hybrid of both.
Of a vampire and a
werewolf. Yeah. So he was a hybrid.
I thought those were called lichens or something.
No. The lichens are just lichens. But he was a vampire and werewolf. So he was immune to both.
What was the one that was in Underworld?
Underworld?
Right, where they crossbred a vampire and a werewolf. It was a werewolf that got bit by a vampire.
I don't even think they did.
They didn't do that.
They didn't even give it a name. They did do it. They
It was like some abomination.
Yeah, they just didn't give them a name.
Like both of the families were trying to stop
so
it.
when a vampire, in the Underworld series, when a vampire bit a lichen, they would get sick, and vice versa, which is why they only killed each other. They didn't really do the crazy thing. But yeah, so I also got the Underworld collection,
Crazy word.
All three films, but the last one, of course, came out really late, so I had to get that one separate. So
She's still fine.
she's still fine.
Still fine. Still better. Still 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Still 10 out of 10.
Still 10.
Damn, boy,
Baby.
what the fuck? My immortal Snow Queen. What the fuck? Fight me.
Oh man.
Turn me.
Oh
Dummy
man.
mommy. What the fuck? Hell yeah,
I'm
bro.
telling you.
That's Dummy mommy.
Dummy mommy.
Her, Mila Jovovich from fucking
Underworld?
No.
I mean
Resident
Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I also got the Resident
10 out of
Evil.
10.
And of course, because the
10
last
out of 10.
film came out
What the
late.
fuck?
You got to add the collection. Bruce,
Love it.
Bruce, why are you being weird, bro?
He's just being a weirdo.
Why
Look
are
at
you
this
being
guy.
weird, bro?
Huh? Let me embarrass you on cam? Huh? Look at his face. Huh? Eh?
He's like, don't show me.
man. No, Bruce, you gotta go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed, buddy. Bryka says Dying Light zombies. Oh yeah, I haven't played Dying Light zombie.
What about they trying to do zombies again? What's up?
Bruce is like.
Oh, you did a under.
What do you want, Brucey Bruce? What happened? What happened? Do you
Yeah,
want,
he did the lip smack thing. He's like, I want some snacks.
do we have any snacks?
No, not with us.
Nope. Sorry, buddy. Can he eat breath mints?
There's strong breath.
Yeah,
mints.
those are pretty strong breath mints. I don't know. You might need a couple though, Brucey Bruce.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm dead. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I kind of just wanted to show you guys a couple zombies, and then we compiled a list of old day zombies compared to now zombies. I'm saying zombies because they keep talking about vampires because and kind of the evolution of them and how they changed, and then just you guys can chime in and just give me you guys your perspective on what it is. What do you think is great and not great? Did they do a disservice to the vampires, the werewolves, the lycans, whatever you want to call them? Do you think they are better now, or do you think they were better back in the day? So these are the kind of questions we're going to be asking. But I also bought another film. It's called Daybreakers.
I remember that
with
one.
Ethan Hawke.
I remember that.
Hold on, I don't know if you guys can see it. So yeah, I bought another film with Daybreakers, where the entire populace had to find a different source of blood, only because everybody turned into a vampire, and of course Ethan Hawke was the one that accidentally turned human again, based off of certain conditions, and of course they figured it out, but they didn't realize every time they bit somebody, they would heal themselves after biting that person. The next one I have is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And of course you can tell this is a very old Blu-ray because it says 3D on it, and they don't really make the 3D ones anymore.
Does it come with the glasses?
You would have, those are the ones that you would have to purchase the glasses with. But yeah, so it literally has the 3D Blu-ray in there.
When you need a specific 3D Blu-ray.
Yeah, you need a 3D Blu-ray. They were trying to make them popular, but it didn't really it wasn't popular enough because it was expensive, because not only was the Blu-ray like $130 to $150, but the glasses didn't even come with it. It came separate.
You had to buy it with the TV or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
even when it did come with the TV, it was only one pair, so you would have to buy a second pair, which would probably be
$100.
But that's what I'm saying. So
plastic.
that's something they were trying to make. There's something they were trying to make major, but I don't think that was fairly possible. The next one you guys are gonna like, especially the ladies. I don't know where Snot is. She's probably sleeping right now. Snot's probably.
Oh, wow, spooky.
Yeah, she probably at dinner right now listening, and then she's probably watching dinner, and her husband's like, "What the fuck?
No worms.
Why you listen to it?"
Yeah.
Twilight, the entire saga.
Hey.
The sparkles.
What team?
In this film, I say Jacob, bro.
Jacob was the wolf, right?
Yeah, that's what, because the transformation was just so cool.
I feel that.
Because for me it was like,
I don't know, but the vampires are mortal though.
They're
mortal.
But because he imprinted on Renesmee, he's immortal too. I didn't like you, Bella. It was your daughter the whole time. What the fuck does that mean?
Twilight? Was it a dude?
Yeah. No, Renesmee?
No, who wrote Twilight?
Oh no, a woman wrote Twilight.
Who wrote Harry Potter?
A woman wrote Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling.
Who wrote Milk Farm? Are we noticing a pattern?
Oh man. And they're calling men predators.
The fuck?
Bruce don't even know what he wants. Fix his camera.
Bro, what the fuck? Nah, he just wanted a head rub.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Little head scratch.
I got you. Yeah, so got the whole Twilight series, but like I said, I would say Team Jacob only because the wolf transformation was cool. They didn't need the sun. It was any time, and it was emotional.
Right, they didn't die in the sun.
Nah, they sparkled. No, I'm saying not the vampires. I'm saying the wolves. Like they
said they didn't need.
Sorry,
the sun.
the moon. What the fuck is going on? My brain is like doing this.
I don't know. It's floating in hot dog brine. What the fuck?
My too much heat on the glizzy. It's cooking. Extra brown. Shit, what happened?
Jimmy! I just ate 4 hot
What's up? It's Glizzy J.
I'm dead.
And B. Frank Bruce.
I'm dead. And Captain Cockledoo.
Captain Cockledoo.
Jimmy says, Vampire versus Jason. Who wins? Get the fuck out of here. Jimmy, stop. Fucking stop.
Oh, man. Oh,
Smoke
man.
says Daybreakers was an underrated movie.
It's very good.
And Twilight was ass.
Which one?
Fucking ass.
Which one? Oh, man.
Cece says, bruh, that imprinting thing freaked me out.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. Because it didn't make any sense. Think about it. He said it wasn't you I was in love with. It was
What's
your
up with
daughter.
all this?
But listen. This is what didn't make any sense. It wasn't you I was in love with. It was your daughter. How when the daughter didn't exist?
I don't care. It's all freaky ass shit.
I know, but I'm just saying, explain that logic.
It's the same shit. That's why I said J.K. Rowling, right? You
Yeah.
remember the fucking dead ghost chick?
Oh,
The
yeah, for
fuck-
sure.
Okay, then.
Myrtle?
What the fuck?
My name's Myrtle, and I'm in the boys' bathroom looking at them pee.
Spooky action, bro. What the fuck?
Myrtle was a pearl.
Weak. Odin says Twilight is ass.
It was good at the time. It was good at the time. Hey, bro, like I said.
I love Twilight because it's such an awkward movie.
Yes.
Low key, yeah. It reminds me of like if everyone essentially channeled their inner, what's his name?
Giga Chadness.
No, everyone channeled their inner Nicolas Cage.
Like everything.
Everything was just overly acted.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. Like even when they walked in, they looked like
It was amazing.
like they were gliding into the
Oh, it was
cafeteria.
amazing. The heavy breathing.
These are the colors.
The gasping.
They play
The
baseball
fucking
in the field.
slow stairs.
Or the
sparkling, the gliding.
The gliding.
Oh, that shit was like, what the fuck?
That was
What the fuck?
That was a teenage girl's dream, bro.
Dream.
That was a teenage girl's dream. Yeah, bro. That's like like it said, like for number 2, it says the back in the day they would burn in the sunlight, but now they
CC says, Odin, you are ass.
but now today it says they sparkle, they're tolerant and they're adaptable. So now, like for
They're
example,
not limited by sunlight.
yeah, like for example, the Vampire Diaries, they just needed rings. If they put on if a witch put a curse on the ring, they can just wear the ring and walk in the sunlight.
Walk in the sun.
Yeah, so there was different stuff that happened. Yes, guys, I did watch the Vampire Diaries back in the day.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I like
It
it.
was actually very good.
I didn't know about the originals.
Yeah, the originals came after the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, I didn't know about the originals.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I like I said, with that film was weird because again, it didn't make any sense for me. That was the logical perspective that I got from it. But I would say, like I said, the wolf transformations were dope, which is why I would choose their side. I would not want to sparkle every fucking word.
So like there was a war because he wanted to be with the human?
Not just that, but yeah, that was a reason. But they're not supposed to turn. They're supposed to get permission from the council to turn somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
And that caused the whole war.
Well, not just that, because she had a baby, and then they're like, is the baby human? They're like, if the baby's human, then we have to unalive it. So that was another.
I feel that.
That was another thing. The next film I have, which I think a lot of people didn't realize was a vampire film. Smoke will probably know was Priest.
Odin, the power of Christ compels
you. Oh man, demon.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
Was it Priest?
Priest
dealt with vampires?
Yeah. Priest was.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Priest was a vampire film.
I remember that they had like silver bullets or holy bullets.
Yeah.
Was it silver or holy?
No, it was
Because
holy.
in some stories, silver hurts vampires too.
Yeah, and that's Blade introduced me to that because silver was mostly for werewolves. Yeah. So
And then for vampires, wooden stake, holy water.
Yeah, so now wooden stakes don't do anything. Like when we watch Angel, the series,
Right, Angel or Buffy.
or Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in the 90s or late 90s.
Buffy the baddie.
Buffy the baddie. Like wooden stakes would kill the vampires. Silver wouldn't. But now when they introduce Blade, silver is very effective during the vampire. So it's not just UV light, but it's also silver.
That's actually kind of cheating, low key. You just keep a UV light. You're like, what the fuck? Or just get like a really high powered flashlight or something. I don't know. That's kind of cheating.
Yeah, basically.
Hey,
That's cheating.
Next film, they're trying to create the monster universe. This was supposed to be Universal Studios, but they failed because they did the
They did the Mummy.
They did the Mummy, which I have.
I Frankenstein? Was that part of it or no?
I Frankenstein. No, yes, yeah, I Frankenstein was part of it, but that also failed too. So they came out with Dracula Untold. So basically, that's another film that I got. I thought that it was really good. I was hoping that the universe would actually continue, only because he did a very good job playing Dracula, but apparently it didn't work out. So they tried the I Frankenstein, and then they tried the Mummy with Tom Cruise, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. So they ended up canceling the universe because
out of all those three, which one was the best?
I would say Dracula Untold.
Yeah,
I would say Dracula, and because the way I thought the Mummy was gonna go was it was gonna be the woman that was the Mummy.
Right.
No, she just transferred the powers to him, and then at the end he was the Mummy.
So he has mummy powers.
Mummy powers.
So they were gonna do like the Avengers,
basically
the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
but the monster universe. Yeah,
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah,
That's literally what that was. It was all the monsters.
it was a modern day League of
It was the
Extraordinary.
modern day League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. It really did not work out. You get what I'm saying? So I thought they could have done a better job with putting the universe together. Because when Avengers came out, they're like, oh, let's try our own thing. Universal's tried to do their own thing. And, yeah, whatever.
Smoke Says Priest was underrated too. Amazing movie because it was a
I
different
agree.
type of vampire.
I agree.
I love the cartoon intro.
Yep.
Dracula Untold was really good.
Yep, see?
The Mummy was with
See, Smoke, this is why I like you, bro.
Damn, Smoke do be watching movies.
I'm telling you. Yeah, he just don't collect them like I do.
Smoke be binging,
You get?
dog.
You get, and of course, like I said, my wife, you know, Underworld Evolution, Rise of the Lycans, Awakening, and of course, the Blood War. So this was 200 years. I think she was asleep for 100 years when they finally woke her up after that.
Oh, seriously? So they were like in the far future.
Yeah, for sure. She didn't recognize anything at all.
Like flying cars, AI, and shit.
No, it was just regular dark, gritty shit like they usually do. They're not gonna do any flying cars.
Oh, it was like it wasn't no techie shit.
Nah. Because they wanted to make the whole leathery suit part thing.
Or they could have done nanite. You know what I'm saying? Nanite.
What's the name of that?
You know what I'm saying?
Ultraviolet or something like that.
Yeah, Ultraviolet or something shit like that.
Yeah, with
or
Mila,
Eon Flux.
with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, Eon Flux and Ultraviolet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
everyone loves a nice skin tight with twin pistols.
Pistols, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep. So, but and of course, I think Jeff's favorite film.
Morbillion. Have sex.
Morbillion.
Yeah.
With Jared Leto.
Yeah.
The man that sold his soul to stay young forever.
Yeah, that nigga's immortal.
Yeah, so
He
movie
truly is a vampire.
So brother and I went to theaters to watch it because we heard how bad it was. So we watched it. It was so bad it was good. It's a cult classic. Before it even hit the cult classic.
And then they fell for the trap by thinking because of cult classic they could re-release it.
Yeah, so they tried re-releasing the film, but it didn't even do as well as it did before. It was just trending online. Even Jared Leto was talking about, oh, I might come back for a second film, and it's like, nah, bro. It's an internet joke. That's how you know how old they're so old.
It's a fucking old.
They're so
See, it don't
old.
matter if you're immortal, bro.
Yeah.
Eventually you're gonna have boomer brain.
Yeah, for sure. Like
boomer
I'm
ass
already
fucking
there.
brain,
People
bro.
make fun of me every day. They see me reading a book.
I feel that.
Like the meat manager is like, because I always take my glasses off to read because I don't need them to read, and he's like, Jeff, how you read the book? You can't see.
I got a question.
What's up?
Sorry, random thought.
Yeah, what's up? Go
You know
ahead.
how spooky that is?
What's up?
There's gonna be a point in time where there are no boomers,
There isn't.
but
Yeah, we are the boomers.
the boomer is going to still be used as a
reference.
right.
Yes, I get that. That's crazy. That's
Yeah, weird shit.
yeah. So I read without my glasses, so he's like, Jeff, I'm just gonna watch you read without your glasses. I'm like, okay.
He watched you read.
No, it was a joke.
Did he paint you?
Yeah,
He do like caricature.
He did.
Caricature.
I had to hold the book like this. Yeah. So the left page went here though, right? In that.
You know what? I want to do one of those street art things where they like fucking insult you with, you know, your proportions. I want to see what part of me really sticks out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's my teeth.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna read the then versus now vampire evolutions. So number one, I did 10 just so we can keep it short and sweet, and then of course you can read your 10. The back in the day, they were undead monsters from the grave. People were always afraid of them. So
they were undead, right?
Yeah. So they were. Remember Nosferatu in the castle.
Wait, before we continue, can we add like an honorable mention?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there's a lore in some mythical lore. Or like even D&D lore, right? Where vampires came from elves.
Real?
Yeah,
Dark elves.
Dark elves. Or like necromancer elves.
I know what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. Like elves who use like black magic, dark magic.
So it turned them into...
Right, which is why the whole pointy ears.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why Castlevania...
And they live forever.
Yeah.
They're immortal.
Yeah,
like elves.
yeah, that's true.
Know what I'm saying? But that's just a...
Well, another honorable mention, Castlevania. I can't leave out my boy.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mr. Senor Belmont.
Belmont himself, you know. You guys watch me play the game.
Oh, you didn't mention Van Helsing, dog. That's crazy.
Damn.
Shame.
Damn. I didn't.
Shame, my good man.
If I'm being honest with you, I didn't like Van Helsing that much.
Really?
I really did not. I rewatched.
Because wasn't it supposed to be an extended like?
They were trying to do their own thing with
that's
that.
What
yeah,
I'm saying.
I
thought it was going like that was the era Hellboy was dropping.
Yeah. Gilmore Del Toro dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really did like Van Helsing. Yeah, I get the premise of the film. I just didn't like it that much. Regardless of the vampire or the werewolf aspect of it, I just did not like it. To me, that was not a film that kind of captured me.
Did it feel too?
It's like they're fitting too many stories into one piece.
It was too gimmicky almost?
Kind of. So it's like they're trying to incorporate all the, like, they showed Frankenstein's monsters. Then they showed...
Like Hansel and Gretel.
Yes. Hansel and Gretel was good.
Yeah, but it had the same...
You talking about the ones that fight?
Yeah.
No, that was good.
It had the same premise, though.
No. No, that was the Brothers Grimm. You're talking about Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, my fault.
With what's his name? Matt Damon. Matt Damon and that other the guy that played Joker. Heath Ledger. Yeah. It was Matt Damon and Heath Ledger. Brothers Grimm. Brothers Grimm was trying to incorporate way too much. Because Brothers Grimm was basically talking about all the mythical creatures in the book, where Hansel and Gretel just focused on the witches. They just hunted witches. Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't have Brothers Grimm, but I have Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, Gretel. Hansel and Gretel. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
he said 350 laps.
Sorry, buddy. I just didn't like Van Helsing. I didn't like Van Helsing. The like I said, for a movie that was an hour and 30 minutes, they just forced too much in. It was like it starred Hugh Jackman.
Right, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, so apparently he was the wolf the whole time. He just couldn't remember, but he ended up fighting Dracula. But it was just too much in. Like the premise, the goal to make more of my kids because you're killing all of them and blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's not. It didn't capture me. I couldn't. I watched it.
I feel it.
But it wasn't like what direction are we going? Why did you put Frankenstein's monster in the film if he had barely slim to no lines?
They just wanted, I guess, cameos.
Cameo
of like
characters,
like Shrek.
Basically, like. That's my thing, bro. Sorry, Smoke, that we got this. Just like Spider-Man 3, bro. Just like
Spider-Man 3 was
Spider-Man 3. We gonna bring. Look, this conversation is never gonna end. We've been arguing about this for about 4 or 5 years now.
Spider-Man 3 was a classic. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
The original trilogy is amazing.
Yes.
They're better than every Spider-Man that came after.
Yeah.
But within themselves,
Yes.
the third one was ass.
Yeah, it was trash.
The third one
to him, it's the
fucking
best one.
Ass.
To him, it was the best one.
The third
That's
one
crazy.
was
That's a crazy statement.
ass.
Smoke, that's a crazy statement for you.
God, please kill Spider-Man.
What? Who says that?
Please.
Oh, so Eddie Brock is...
I hate that nigga.
Yeah, Eddie Brock is religious when he wants
What?
somebody
That
to
nigga
die.
went to Jesus.
Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the hell was that, bro?
What? That's crazy.
That's crazy word.
See how blasphemous that is, right? You wake up every day, right?
Uh-huh.
The world loves Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
And you the only nigga that want him dead.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
man.
That's crazy to me. You what?
That's crazy. No, he's right. You're the only one. What'd he do to you?
Odin said the audacity, the blasphemy.
Exactly. Exactly.
That I just heard.
You what?
Smoke, you're gonna ride this train by yourself, bro.
Bruh, he said we've been going at it for 6 years.
6 years.
Damn.
Yes.
No, that's real.
Yes.
Crap.
It's never gonna change.
Wait, do you think Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna get a Venom suit?
And Brand New Day?
Right.
No. The only reason why I say that is because they already put the Incredible Hulk. They already put the Punisher. We don't know who the cameo character is, whether it's Mayday Parker from a different universe, which is Eddie
Brock.
No.
It's gonna be Eddie Brock. It's gonna be Eddie Brock.
Oh, with the Venom
The
suit.
Venom suit. There was
Yeah,
a piece
because
that was
remember,
left behind.
remember the piece got left.
Yeah.
No, well, his thing ended. He went.
Right, but the piece of Venom.
Oh, you're talking about Eddie Brock from his
Yeah, yeah,
universe.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
The Venom suit.
I got it. So
Right.
it's good. It's on that island. It's gonna make it all the way to New
all
York
the
City.
way to New York City. What the fuck?
Just hopping from animal to animal.
Absolutely.
Because remember, the symbiote is alive.
it is alive.
So-
it's going to look for Eddie Brock.
So, in this reality, but if he
Exactly.
can't find Eddie Brock,
Exactly.
because remember what
Flash Thompson.
remember what Venom said when he got transported. He's like, I know that guy.
Right, he knows. He's
Because he's
omniscient.
Yeah, he's connected
He's
to
connected
the multiverse.
in all multiverses.
Yes.
He has one singular mind.
Yes.
So he already knows what's going on.
So
and-
I really would like to see if they would do that in Brand New Day when it comes out next year in July, but I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Because based off all the characters that they're jam packing it with, I don't think that they would, unless they do like an end credit scene and then when he comes on Avengers, he has the suit. But I don't see it because remember
I feel that.
they're fighting Doomsday next year, so that's something that I want to see.
Doomsday or Doctor Doom?
Oh, sorry, Dr. Doom.
Odin says Spider-Man 3 was good. Not gonna lie.
Oh, then you're no longer.
That's the first lie you just told.
You just lied, bro.
You just
You
lied
just fucking lied, bro.
in the statement. You just lied.
You just lied in the statement. Don't agree with Smoke.
Spider-Man 3 was
Ass.
ass, bro.
It
You know, it
was-
reminds me of the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Because they tried to do the same shit again.
Yep.
They just try to force feed you a whole bunch of villains that no one really gives a fuck
Talk
about.
about. Yep. Because they're trying to set up the Sinister
It's
Six.
trying to set up the
And that's
Sinister
why it
Six,
failed.
And that's why it failed.
Yeah, you got to be able to balance multiple villains in a film.
And then balance Spider-Man's Peter Parker's personal story.
Yep.
You see
exactly.
what I'm saying?
And they couldn't do that.
And they couldn't do that.
Except for Tom Holland,
Tom
Spider-Man
Holland,
3.
Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, that's
far,
true.
Far From Home.
But that was a 2-hour plus movie.
It's okay.
2.5, almost 3 hour
It was perfect. I liked it.
movie.
Plus, I got to see my OG come back.
Smoke says, I'd say 2, 3, then 1. Okay, see? We can agree. 2 greatest fucking...
Greatest film ever.
Greatest
Greatest film
movie ever!
We already just see.
Ever!
See,
the
I like you
power
now.
of the sun
Yeah.
in the palm of your hand.
hand.
Greatest
Yep.
movie ever!
Yep.
Nothing will ever beat it.
Nope. That was Sam Raimi's masterpiece.
Mwah, magnum opus.
Yep. He'll never go back to that.
Magnum
again.
opus, bro. What
Just
the
like
fuck?
Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece was Hellboy. I mean, Hellboy.
Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece was Hellboy.
I like Hellboy.
Out of all his movies,
Mhm.
nah,
Yep. I would say Hellboy.
Nah.
I would say Hellboy.
No,
I would say Hellboy. He captured himself. For a guy that's not, for a person that's not.
Guillermo del Toro has like fucking.
I know, but Hellboy.
Nah, you tripping.
For me, it's Hellboy. I can watch it forever.
Nah, that's spooky.
For me, it's Hellboy.
That's spooky. Okay, see.
We're not talking about David Harbour's Hellboy. We're talking about Ron Perlman's Hellboy.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Redman, stop. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Nah, Guillermo del Toro's made better
And then the
movies.
Golden Army was even better.
Nah, he's made better
The Golden
movies.
Army was even better.
Nah,
What?
Nah, Guillermo del Toro.
Bro, what's wrong with you, man? For real?
Smoke says, I've always said that as soon as he found out I liked the third one, he started this war.
Yes. It will never end. It will never end. It'll never end.
Okay. So you're saying it's better than...
Yes. I would say that's second. Pacific Rim is second. I'm sorry. Hellboy's one. Better than Pan's
than Blade 2. Better than Mimic.
Nah, Mimic was okay.
Okay, but better than Blade 2.
Yes.
Better than Blade 2.
I would say the 1st
You're
one.
Smoking
I would
dick.
say the first one is better than Blade 2.
Blade
Yes.
2. You're smoking.
Yes.
You're smoking.
Yes. I would say it's better than Blade 2.
You're smoking,
Yeah.
Jeff. Blade 2, Jeff.
Mhm.
Come on,
I would say
man.
I would say the first Blade was better.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Blade 2.
Uh-huh.
Wait, and that also had Ron Perlman in it.
Yeah, that's why he was
that's
in there.
hilarious.
Yeah, he
That's
brought
also
Ron Perlman.
hilarious. That's also hilarious.
Yeah.
Blade 2.
I would say, okay, this is what I would say. I would say Hellboy, the first one. Then I would say Blade 2. Then I'd say Pacific Rim. Then Hellboy Golden Army.
Nigga.
Yes.
Nigga.
Uh-huh.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, better than Blade
Nah,
2.
I'd have Blade 2.
Blade
I'd have Blade 2
then Hellboy.
then Hellboy.
Yeah.
I'd have Blade 2 then Hellboy.
Yeah, for me it's Hellboy.
Blade 2 Blade was just so that was amazing.
I know, but I would say
that was fucking amazing.
for me it was Hellboy. I every time when
Daywalker.
Wait.
What? What are you talking
Oh, man.
about? Daywalker.
No,
That's crazy.
man.
That's bars. That's bars.
No, I
I'd
get
be
it.
that nigga. He's black, right?
Yeah.
And they call him the Daywalker because he's a vampire. It's fucking amazing. He's a nigga.
Oh
What the
man.
fuck?
Yeah,
What the
you
fuck?
can't beat that,
Fuck,
huh?
You can't. No, that's speak.
Oh man.
Speak. Smoke says crazy work. Baldhead has no more rights. Fields immediately. I immediately.
Oh,
think
he says Blade 2?
Right. No. I'm not taking this disrespect. Oh yeah. First, he's like and started another one with Van Helsing. So first Spiderman, then Van Helsing.
Nah, Van Helsing's trash.
He said this beef with Smoke and Baldhead about to last generation another 400 years. Yo,
Shit. Van Helsing's trash.
Odin says, nah, Baldhead, Blade 2 all day. Yes.
Nah.
Blade 2 all day.
I'd say
Jeff, you're tweaking.
I say Hellboy.
You're tweaking.
I say
Jeff.
Hellboy.
No, you're tweaking.
for me his magnum opus was Hellboy.
No.
Every
I
time
gotta watch Blade 2
Every
again.
time Hellboy when we were in the was it the village? No, when we were in the village and every time it came on FX, I'd watch it. Every time and I'd hit DVR record. And even after I watched it, I would rewatch it over and over and over and over and over again. And then when I found out Hellboy Golden Army was gonna come out, I went to the theaters and watched it. What's up?
Yes, sir, Odin. Y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. Was one of his best lines, bro. I love, bro. Blade had some.
Yeah. He's like, you must not know who you're fucking with. Yeah.
Man, Blade had some sick ass. No, man, bro, you crazy. Blade versus the army, bro. You're tripping. You're tripping.
The army.
Reinhardt's army, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play that, but yeah. Reinhardt's army, bro.
Well, yeah, I already knew he could eat
Come
these videos.
on, bro. Come on,
Sorry, bro.
man. You're tripping.
Sorry, bro.
Okay. If Hellboy had to face, all right. If we switch their villains,
Mhm.
you don't think Blade could take Hellboy's villains?
No. Have you seen Hellboy's villains?
Yeah, I've seen Hellboy's villains. They're like fucking monsters. They're hell's spawn. Spawns of Satan. But
Not humanoid super strength people, monsters. You've seen what he's fought. Ron Perlman, Hellboy's monsters.
yeah, let's go.
Ron Perlman. I'm Ron Perlman. Bro.
Ron Perlman. Hellboy. Monsters. You don't think he could? You don't think Blade can take these niggas, bro?
I'm not saying he couldn't take him. It'd just be a lot harder.
I feel like he could.
A lot harder to kill him.
I feel like he could. I feel like he could. Yeah, because he fought this motherfucker in the Golden Army, right?
Mm-hmm. And he fought the entire Golden
The
Army.
entire Golden Army,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that's with a gun, a 6-shooter, and his
fist.
and his fist. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's because he's just really fucking strong. He was just getting beat up, though. They were just beating the fuck out of this guy, bro.
Blade fought the vampire king. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But the only
Blade can move, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But so can he.
In a straight line, though. He can move in a straight line. He ain't really throwing no hands, bro. He just punching shit.
you wild, bro. You wild.
He just punching
You
shit,
wild.
bro. What's his name? Wesley
Snipes.
Snipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Who was this nigga really fighting? Who was the guy with the it was like the new vampires. Where their whole mouth opened up. Their whole face opened up.
Yeah, that was Blade 2.
That was Blade 2,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What was the deal with that? Why were they
It was they
like
were
the closer you got to the original?
no. So the original was experimenting with
This motherfucker.
Yeah. So he was experimenting with his blood, and he created the new breed. So he was the first of his kind. So the difference was the pincers would paralyze you, and then after that they would drink your blood. But after that happened, they would their heart would have a bone plate, so you can't stab it. It would only be from the
they
side.
had like right, okay.
Yeah.
I
And
see,
then, of course,
there
you're-
was like a bone.
Yeah, and of course your body would keep feeding regardless of after you died or not. So that little pincers on the side of their mouth
Oh,
would
that's crazy.
yeah, and they were way stronger than the vampires.
So they weren't vampires.
Yes, because
They were called like reapers.
yes, but the UV light still messed with them, and of course you can still kill them with a silver blade, but it had to be on the side. It had to be on the side.
You really think this nigga wasn't taking on the Golden Army? Nah, you tripping.
Nah, bro.
Nah, you tripping.
Nah, bro.
Nah, I think he could.
Nah,
he don't
bro.
get tired.
All right. Let's get back. Let's
Vampire,
get
he
back.
don't
Let's
get
get back.
tired,
All right. So I already read number two. Number two. Back in the day, they used to burn in the sunlight. Now they sparkle, tolerate, and adapt. Number three. The old vampires, they used to sleep in coffins. Remember, they couldn't leave their land unless they brought
right,
their
they
dirt.
were like
their
locked,
dirt.
right?
Yeah, they were
had to
locked.
take their
Dirt with them. Yeah. So they even they couldn't even cross the sea because unless their dirt was with them. Like what's the name of Strain on Hulu?
What is that?
Strain on Hulu. It's another vampire show that I watched.
Okay.
Type it in. Strain. STRAIN. It had four or five seasons. Did you spell that wrong, sir?
They had this type of vampire. What up?
Yeah. So they went the old school route with that one, where the original vampire had to take the dirt across the ship to New York City. New York City got infected with vampires.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and of course their tongue would come out. They
had to take dirt.
The original one did. The other
okay.
ones were savages. They couldn't.
Oh,
control.
they didn't need.
Yeah, they couldn't control themselves, so they would just attack. Just attack.
Mindless.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but there was one of them that was in control. Like he would walk during the night, and fight the vampires with the humans. So he was like an evolved version of them.
But this looks parasitic
It is parasitic.
more than
It was. So once
Vampiric.
their tongue came out and it like stung you, the virus would go into your body and then transform you.
But they're vampires.
Yes, but you see that guy right there in the hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a vampire too, but he fought. There was a council of vampires in the underground in New York City. They were there the whole time. They're literally like 5 decrepit vampires, and they're like, "Oh, the he's out of control. You need to take him out." So they had a council of them, and they sent those night fighters to go after him.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially to save New York. So New York was in a quarantine for 5 years, like in real time. Yeah, and of course the main character,
Like they walled it off.
yeah, they walled
so
off.
no one could leave.
No one could leave, and
No one could go in.
No one could go in, and then of course the main character was a CDC guy, a CDC scientist that had to figure out how to cure everybody, or at least get to the vampire, the original vampire. But no, that was crazy. So it was crazy to see that that he took his dirt from Transylvania, brought it to the New York City, and tried to infect them
It's
right there.
dirt. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's dirt, bro.
Planet dirt.
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 What?
Smoke says,
Go ahead.
"Did you not see how Blade stapled that one vampire to the ceiling in the club, bro? What the fuck? Gave the bald-headed motherfucker and the second one hands and sword fought the vampire king. Dracula, fuck you mean? Can't take on the Golden Army."
Nah, bro, he can't take on the Golden Army.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think he could.
He can't take on
I
the
think he
Golden
could
Army.
if you equipped him well,
Mm.
because that's all Hellboy needed. Hellboy didn't have no special fucking powers.
Blade doesn't have special powers.
Okay,
either.
that's what I'm saying. Hellboy was
Yeah,
just
but-
well equipped, and he had a heavy fucking hand.
Well,
Give Blade,
I think it
give
was,
Blade grenades and rocket launchers.
I think
and
it was
fucking-
I think it was mostly the heavy hand, the key.
it was the key. Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
so his hand was what was destroying the Golden Army, but his 6-piece shooter didn't do nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Right, it did absolutely.
So if
fuck
Blade
off.
pulls out his thin sword, it's not going to do anything, and then of course his silver bullets aren't going to do anything either. All he can do is dodge and deflect.
Wait, but ain't this some like religious German shit?
No, the Golden Army's a supernatural.
No. Like the niggas who summoned Hellboy.
The niggas who summoned HellBoy.
Yeah, the niggas who like summoned Hellboy.
Oh, you're talking about the Germans?
Nazis, yeah.
Yeah. But he's from hell.
Right.
Yeah.
So do some hoogity boogity shit.
Oogity boogity.
With Blade, give him some hoogity boogity swords.
This nigga. Oh, you're talking about like enchanted
Yeah,
sword.
enchanted swords.
I
So
feel
what
it,
are we
bro.
talking about?
I feel it.
You see what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it. How is that
Because-
any different than Ronin Hellboy?
Ronin?
Ronin Hellboy.
Ronin.
When he goes to Japan and gets the blade, Jeff.
Oh, you're talking about okay, I see. I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Right?
about.
Did he not have an enchanted blade?
In Ronin Hellboy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a magic sword.
Okay.
He's from a different world.
So what are we talking about?
Blade ain't nowhere near that.
Come on, vampires.
That's not
You've
magic.
already stepped in that
Magic must defeat magic.
Vampires.
We learned that from
vampires,
Jackie Chan.
church, religion.
No.
Yep.
No.
Vampires, church, religion. The end. Thousands of years. They saw
man.
Jesus. Exactly. Trinity. There you
Oh,
go.
my God.
There you go. Blade Trinity.
All right.
Exactly. Queen of the Damned. Remember that movie, bro?
That was good.
That was a good ass
Good
fucking
movie.
movie. Yeah.
With my girl, bro. That was wifey when I was a kid.
Queen of the Damned, bro. That was a sick movie.
That was a good film. That was a good film.
Sick movie. That was my first introductions to vampires. Not Blade. Queen of the Damned was my first introduction.
I never saw. Like I said, Blade was the first film.
Queen of the Damned.
Blade was the first vampire film that I seen.
Yeah. That was sick. I love this movie.
That was a really good film.
You know, and that was wifey too.
Okay, so let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is the back in the day they were fearful and secretive. So you would be afraid of them. You would avoid them. They would be in the shadows. You wouldn't know anything about them. But now today they're glamorous and confident, just like
Right, they're stars.
Twilight.
Right.
Yeah, they just walk in the building. They gliding. You know.
And I sparkle.
Yeah, I sparkle, nigga. If you ain't sparkling,
Hey. Like the fuck.
Number 5. Oh, back in the day, bloodthirsty killers. So they never thought about, oh, I care about these people. I'm just gonna drink your blood because I'm a vampire.
They were chaotic evil.
Basically, yes.
Right. They didn't think about, structuring how they would cultivate humans.
Exactly. Now today they struggle with morality because back in the day it's like, oh, you become a vampire, you lose your soul, you don't care about humanity.
Right.
But now it's you become a vampire, you keep your humanity. Now I struggle with whether I want to drink your blood or not, like they do in Vampire Diaries, like they do in the Twilight Saga.
Or what they'll do is, if you don't drink human blood, you're weaker.
Yes, yeah.
Like if you drink animal blood,
Angel, all he
Right.
did was drink pig's blood, even
Pig's
though it's
blood.
disgusting.
Out of all of it, the pig.
Yeah, because he said it was the closest thing to it tasting like.
Damn, he said we're pigs.
Yeah, basically.
It's like
Life
to the slaughter.
What do they always call them? Livestock.
Livestock.
Yeah.
He said we're.
Livestock.
He said you swine. What the fuck?
Number 6. Back in the day, they were always hunted by heroes, like you said, Van Helsing. That movie is trash. They were hunted by heroes back in the day, but now often the heroes themselves. So they ended up, instead of being the antagonist, they become the protagonist of said story. Old school back in the day, they were repelled by cross. Now faith has less power. You know how they walk into churches now, they touch the cross and it doesn't burn them.
You used to have to invite them in.
Yep. What is it? Yeah. So and then number 8, they turn victims into monsters. Now they choose who they want to turn.
Right. They'll either eat you completely,
Yep,
or
and-
they'll make you a minion.
Yeah, and of course, remember what they say. Oh, we have to drink your blood until your
It's
heart
completely,
your
right.
heart slows or stops beating, and then we stop, and then after that we, give you our blood,
Give you our blood.
and then
right.
after that you transform into a vampire.
It became a whole ritual.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It was all different because back in the day it was
just-
let me drink your blood till your heart is about to stop, then you turn, because when I bite you, that's the infection.
Right.
That they did that in Buffy the Vampire
Right.
Slayer. They did that in Angel.
An angel.
Now it's let me drink your blood until you're almost gone, and then I just
And then you
give
drink
you my blood, and
right.
then you turn. Yeah.
Right.
And, number 9, they were pure evil. Now they're complex, tragic, and emotional.
Yeah, when you're immortal, you know what I'm saying? You got to have more than one
Feelings.
emotions, right? Like, yeah, no.
Feelings.
Seriously.
And of course, the last one was number 10. It was a they were gothic horrors.
They were gothic.
Yep. And now today they're romantic fantasies for the ladies. Did I freeze? I didn't freeze, right? Oh no, you just unplugged your phone.
Yeah, it was my phone.
Okay. All right. Even their strength and weaknesses evolved. The strength, immortality, super speed, super strength, hypnotic charm, enhanced senses, healing, ageless beauty.
Right, they still have that whole aura thing.
They kept that, yeah. They kept
Right.
the flight or shadow form, eternal wisdom, control over minds and emotion.
Right.
So that's
Like the charming aspect.
yeah. So but in summary, old equals cursed and feared, and now and today it's powerful and emotional. From monster to tragic lover.
Tragic.
So that's kind of what I've had. That's kind of what I've gathered with my obsession with vampires. Would you like to give like a brief?
Yeah, with werewolves for sure.
Woo woo. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is one thing that changed about werewolves, right? Where it was like back in the day, to become a werewolf, you were either bitten or cursed
Or scratched.
or scratched.
Yeah.
But now it's like
Well,
lineage.
What is Oh yeah. You got to run through it so they know what you're talking about.
Then and now werewolves.
Okay, yeah.
Werewolves evolved. And now you're either born or it's a chosen ability.
Yes. Yeah. So like you said with Twilight.
It has to be in your family
Yeah.
or some shit. Skipped a couple.
But this is the thing though.
generations.
They kept it Native American based in Twilight. So if you weren't Native American, you weren't a werewolf. Kept it.
I feel that.
You saw that because they were all Native Americans.
But that's the thing too, though. But like even in Underworld, they were like Russian.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Siberia.
Yep.
Siberia also had wolves. You see what I'm saying? So wolves could either be Russian, Slavic, or native.
Well, that's what I love. When we watched Underworld Rise of the Lycans, that's when they told the backstory of how the first Lycan came to be, where the woman was pregnant while transforming. The woman had a baby. She got scratched. The full moon, she transformed, but the baby survived. And that was the first hybrid Lycan. So they were just wild animals. They couldn't.
Also, werewolves were just werewolves.
Werewolfing, yes. They would pillage, murder, kill anybody because they didn't have brains. But he was the first hybrid born because the mom got scratched while she was pregnant with him. When she transformed during the full moon, he came out human. But during the full moon, he was able to transform.
Type shit.
And then he was able to speak.
Type shit.
He was able to understand. So when he bit the rest, and then the vampires had this idea, oh, let's create an entire army. Because that's very smart, right?
Yeah, that's crazy work. That's crazy work.
So no rebellion is ever going to happen,
work.
you know. We're never going to overtake
That's crazy work.
the slave master and
Odin says, which trials need to come back? Yes, I side with Smoke. A massive decline in women if we go through with that. What the fuck? You trying to be India, nigga? What the fuck?
what are we talking about?
1 woman per 5 niggas? That's crazy.
That's a wild statement.
What the fuck? No, that's literally fucking India.
Oh.
What the fuck? I'm not even bullshitting. I'm dead the fuck ass. Nah. Just mint.
Hold on. What is it? Hold on, because some of these comments ain't popping up on my end.
That's spooky action.
You gotta read.
Odin said, nah, just the mentally ill ones will be barbecued. Crazy work.
Did you already read 8,000 red flags and all that? You already read all that?
No, that was between them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have to read everything.
No, I'm not. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the notes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
Crazy work. But
Let's go to number 2.
number those.
Not just phone fucking everything up. Oh shit.
Ah,
Good.
Jeff, move your shit. Ah. Oh, I thought it was my. In the past, they were portrayed as like demons or like monsters and shit like that. Honorable Vampire mentioned the Chupacabra.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Chupacabra is
They
a
just
vampire.
they just didn't turn you into. They just killed you. They
Chupacabra
eat
is
you
a
alive,
vampire.
nigga.
Yeah.
They went from humans to goats. They're like
No, they went from ghosts,
goats to humans. Oh, I got you.
Chupa my blah blah. Full moon. They used to only be able to transform full moon only.
Yeah.
Now they can transform anytime
At will. That's the best part that I like. You don't have to
Or
wait.
sometimes they transform when they're too emotional.
Yeah.
We're like now they have to regulate their emotions.
Yep.
Smoke says y'all just got new adapters. Get y'all shit together.
Wait.
We're good. I don't know what the fuck that was.
We're learning this stuff too, bro.
I don't know
We're
what
learning
the
this stuff
hell
too.
that
Hopefully we get a good one Thursday, bro.
All right, in the old days, they were hunted by villagers. Now they're tracked by humans or packs. Are they really still hunted, though?
No.
Who really can stop a werewolf like that?
Especially if they're huge.
Right.
What is Bruce doing?
He's
What's he eating?
He's eating the breath mint.
Did it fall on the floor?
Yeah, one fell on the floor.
He's
I think that's what he was sniffing out the entire
Mentos,
time.
the fresh maker.
Yay, Bruce! Good job. Yay!
He's like, all right. He's like, all right. Give me some more.
Yay!
He's like, give me some more.
All right, go lay down. Go to your bed. Go lay down.
Come on, hot dog. Beefy Bruce.
Beefy Bruce.
Go ahead. Next one.
Yeah, in the old ones, their transformations were painful. Like their bones would break.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it was gross. But
Even in Teen Wolf. Even in Teen
Wolf, their transformation was painful. Now their skin's just they
just rip out the skin and then they're the wolf form.
Big body form.
Gotcha.
What the fuck? Yeah, in the past they used to be like lone wolf, the whole lone wolf. Idea.
Yeah,
now they travel. In
I murdered
packs.
my family, so I travel alone because I'm cool and I wear a black jacket.
What do they call it? I'm hard boiled.
I'm hard to boil. I don't talk to nobody.
I'm alpha. I'm sigma.
Yeah.
You what?
You really.
They used to be a symbol of savagery. Now they're a symbol of identity and strength.
Yes. Yeah.
Get out of here. In the old days, silver meant death. Now, silver plus emotions.
The fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm dead. You want to kill a werewolf? Break that nigga heart. Break his heart.
Are you serious? That's what that
Break
means.
his heart.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Now, in the past, they were feared creatures. Now they're beloved. I don't know. Not for the furries. Not for the furries.
Oh, man.
Not for the zoophiles. What the fuck? Spooky action.
Yeah,
bro.
we don't condone animal violence.
Spooky action, bro.
Bruce, what do you want? That man standing there like he's I'm hot dog man. Oh man. Next one.
I think that's it. That was 10.
Okay.
Now they have fast healing.
Mm-hmm.
Did they always have fast healing? No, they didn't.
They would only
Right.
heal when they transformed.
Right. They have ultra instinct now.
Oh.
Right, because back in the day, werewolves were just stupid.
Yeah, and then
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Now they actually tune
Even the
into
Wolfman was good. You remember the Wolfman? Type in the Wolfman.
the remake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen the remake.
Yeah, with Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony.
Hopkins. He was the OG, but he never told his son that he was. Yeah, there you go. Not,
I put the wolf mouth.
yeah. You got it. 1, 2.
I gotta switch to screen.
Yeah. So that one.
This
So,
one?
Yeah, I think that one.
This one.
Yeah, with it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was it. So his dad was the original wolf the whole time, and then he scratched his son.
And I like how they kept the original like aesthetic.
The
too.
aesthetic, the look,
like
yeah.
the furry face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's the silver that hurt them and all that stuff like that.
Okay. That's pretty neat.
All right, I think Odin says he's out.
All right, Odin. It's also about that time for us.
Yes, sir. We finished running through it, but yeah, man. We kind of just wanted to give you guys a kind of a lowdown between wolves and vampires.
A rundown?
Yeah. Give you a rundown, lowdown, hold down, all that stuff like that. But Thursday's gonna be very interesting. We got a special guest returning from last year.
You special guest? You mean guest host?
Guest host, yeah, for sure.
Got our guest
You want to let him
host.
run? You want to let him run it because he's an expert. He's an expert.
Oh yeah, Smoke's gonna be
He's an
our
expert.
guest host.
Hey, Smoke. Hopefully you watched the new Conjuring film, so we can talk about it. I'll pull out my other films. We'll bring it to the front, just so we can have a conversation. But the setting's gonna be exciting. And of course you'll be introduced to our new costumes that we got.
Hey, Smoke. We're gonna be filming on the couch.
Yeah. And it's a white couch too. He's gonna be like, who's we? Yep, he gonna be like, who's we? But yeah. So Thursday's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be the final Halloween episode that we did for you guys. We enjoy doing this with you guys every single year. This is our 3rd year doing it, and of course, we're probably going to continue it until the day we die or stop doing this podcast. But guys,
What?
He's like, who's we?
He said, unless we die. What?
What did Smoke say?
Sir, I am He says, no. Haven't seen it yet, bro. I'm gonna try to see it tomorrow. All right, bet.
Yeah,
Bet.
watch it tomorrow so we can catch. So when we get on Thursday, we can break down every film till we get to the new one, and then we can actually say which one we like the best, which one we didn't like, which one we like the least. So that's gonna be an interesting conversation to have, especially on the final Halloween episode. And of course, dress.
You got your bone. Why do you want more mints?
Because it's delicious.
No, you fat boy. No. No.
There's no bullying dogs on the internet, Jeff. But yeah,
Only
guys.
I can call him fat boy.
Is there anything else, Jeff?
Is there anything else? Cece says,
She said never.
never stop doing the pawn. Oh,
Never.
Cece.
Thanks, Cece. I appreciate you for doing that. We're trying to bring.
I juggle my chesticles for you. Thank you.
I jiggle my glizzy for you.
All right, we're ending it. You're banned.
I'm talking about my hot dog costume.
Banned.
All right.
We're banned.
All right, Jeff.
Smoke says, who's we? And y'all a little too happy about the white couch. Hands rated. Oh, he gonna be using both his hands. Crazy work. Let's go, Smoke. Technique.
Making me cough. Pause.
He said hands rated E.
He said clipped. He said clipped. Go ahead and clip it, sir. Put it on your page.
Clip it and ship
Clip it and ship it, boys. Clip
What
it and
the
ship
fuck?
it.
All right, guys. Jeff, Mr.
Glizzy J.
That's a crazy word.
Yeah.
Smoke said, I'm okay, man. He said, I'm okay.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy work.
I can't, bro.
Oh man, that's crazy
That'd
work.
be a crazy live stream, boy.
What's it?
A billion lashes.
Oh man.
I'm dead.
You know what I meant, CC.
A billion lashes.
Oh, man.
CC.
Talking about my glizzy costume.
I hope you got enough mascara for that. All right, bald head, take us home, man.
Guys, if you want to watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining.
Oh, Captain Cockledoo.
Glizzy J and Beefy Bruce on Tabletop Topics. You guys have a good night, weekend, evening, and day, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't worry, CC. You'll get the joke in 3 to 5 business days.
Yes,
Bald
yes.
heads in
Text
the chat.
text us when you get the joke.
When you get the joke.
You can even Google it if you want.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can get it in 2 days. The punchline. We love it. We love it.
Yeah. Have
I
a
hope
good
it's
night,
in your
guys.
cart. Debo, y'all have a good night.
Yes,
CC Smoke, yes, sir.
Right.
Elvira, thank you for stopping by. We love you. We love you all. We missed
You
you
what?
today, Snot Worm.
Oh, Debo the God is back.
You what the? I think I entered the wrong room. Oh yeah, this is the
man.
after dark.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
CC, I'm a woman, so it takes 3 to 5 business days.
To understand things. Oh my God, she's making fun of herself. That is wild.
Stop. It also takes you 3 to 5 to get to the point. All right, I'm kidding, CC.
man.
I'm kidding. I love you, CC. I love you.
Oh,
It's
man.
jokes. It's jokes. Y'all take it easy, man. Good night.
Bryka, I hope everything gets better. It will get better. Sir.
Bryka, come on, man.
It'll get better, sir. It'll get better.
You on this flight too? You on
Yes,
this
sir.
rocket ship
Yes,
too?
sir.
We only going up.
We're taking the rocket ship out together. We all go into that
Even if
space
I gotta
yacht.
drag you.
Yeah.
By your big toe.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. We'll see you Thursday.
Is. That nigga guilty. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Growing up from Black Can.
And I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smelled like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That was
They were my best friends. Growing up from Black Can.
And I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smelled like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That was
They were my best friends. Growing up from Black Can.
And I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smelled like straight horse booty, bro. That's crazy. That was
They were my best friends. Growing up from Black Can.
And I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, you think it smelled like straight horse booty, bro.